let's move on to talking about nesting season and the nesting boxes and that kind of thing.
Nesting season is like I said, is starting now.
Is it this soon?
It's starting now. And we've had about 2 weeks of warm weather now, and so they're getting a little anxious. They may slow down some if we get a real cold front in here for another couple of weeks. But we're in early March. By late March, a lot of nests will be built, and there will be some eggs in some of the nests.
Yeah.
We're not that far away. So your nest boxes are important this time of year. If you haven't already, get out and pull out the old nest from last year, clean it out inside, get all the droppings and stuff in there. I take mine, I'll open it up, generally a wooden nest box mounted on a pole or tree, and I just open it up and hose it out real good, scrape it out, open it up, let it dry, and close it back up, and the birds will take care of the rest. They'll bring in their nesting material, but get rid of the old stuff because there might be parasitic eggs in there or parasites, and you just give them, the parasites, a head start on the birds when they start to nest. So clean all that out, and then watch later in the year after the first nesting, if it's like bluebirds will nest 3, sometimes 4 times a year. Check after each nesting, get rid of the nest. And I know it's like, oh, the poor things that are building nests again, they're good at it, and they're quick at it. And they won't have a problem building another nest, and they won't have a problem with parasites if you clean it out each time. Because the parasites will get in there, and you get feather lice and things like that. You'll get rid of all that. So just clean it out, get it ready, and wait for them to choose it.
But I guess it's important to know, like, if you flip it up, there's anything in there, like if there's some eggs, if there, you're seeing any signs of life, like just leave it
once the nest is built, if you're watching, you kind of know what's going on. You'll see them coming and going, and you can monitor nests, and especially with bluebirds. The other birds are a little harder, but with bluebirds, you can check on them up to probably 12 days after the eggs are laid. After they're hatched. After that, you run a risk of the young birds being big enough to try to fly, and they'll bail out of the nest, and that's not good.
Yeah, you don't want to check on them.
If that does happen to you, by the way, do your best to round them up like little chicks on the ground, get them back in the box, shut the door, put something across the door for just 30, 40 minutes, so they'll settle down in there and take a piece of tape off or something so the parents can get in there and feed them. They'll most likely stay in there then. But if you just take them, put them back in the box, shut the door, they're going to jump right back out again.
Really?
I learned from experience.
Really?
Yeah, I opened one up, and I wasn't paying attention, and I forgot how long it had been. I was in probably almost a 2-week stage as opposed to the 10 or 11 days. And 2 or 3 of the 4 or 5 bluebirds just bailed out.
Oh, my gosh.
And, of course, they couldn't fly well, as they usually can't that time of year. And so I had to run around chasing them on the ground and picking them up and putting them back in there. And I was putting them in there, and they were jumping right back out again. And, of course, the parents were fussing at me. So
what'd you do? You put them all in there, and then you close that hole?
I closed it up, put a piece of tape across the door.
Yeah.
And the parents weren't real happy, but the birds stayed in there a while. And I think I left it about an hour.
Yeah.
And then I just took the tape off and walked away, and they were just fine. They stayed up, I think, another 2 days.
Story. Yeah.
And they were fine. Would they have survived? They probably would have.
Yeah.
You don't know. I felt really bad when they came out.
I'm sure their parents did too.
I learned a lesson.
Can you stay out of here?
The lesson is don't open that box if you don't know how far along they are. Hello, this is Richard Cole. I want to thank each of you for watching, and I want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to share it.